making this up as I go along, right? There's been no preparation. And what we're going to do today is we're going to change the pickups and all the wiring. Yeah, digging the look at that. Now all we've got to do is see if we can get it to work. I don't think I've done anything stupid yet. Famous last words, isn't it? I've done something completely wrong. Sorry about the swearing again. Hello, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So this week, we're cracking on with our Squier Paranormal Troublemaker upgrade. Last week, we made a start. Yeah, we made a start, didn't we? If you haven't seen last week's episode, I urge you to go and watch that first, catch up. There's a link. What we're doing basically is we're taking the standard Troublemaker, which is like it's a 400 quid guitar, isn't it? And we're changing everything, apart from the body and the neck, obviously. But yeah, what I've decided to do is upgrade, well, change really, upgrade some of it and change some of it really. The idea is to upgrade some of the parts that perhaps needed it and change some of the gold blingy parts, de-bling it basically. So last week we made a start. We changed the tuners last week, didn't we? And yeah, it was successful eventually, but there was a bit of banging. There was a lot of swearing. I did swear a lot last week. Sorry about that. I did notice it was a little bit more than usual. There were frustrations though, weren't they? So yeah, but we got there in the end. There was a little bit of, yeah, well, you know, we'll sketch over that. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, watch last week. So we did the tuners, and we also finally got around to changing the bridge and sorry, that's the tailpiece, isn't it? The tailpiece and the bridge for nickel versions. Now these happen to be off of an Epiphone. Because the point of this was that we're not buying any of these parts. They're all parts that I've got left over from previous successful or failed upgrade projects back there in my man drawers. Okay, so I'm not intending to spend anything on this project. We're not sure if I've got all the parts I'll need just yet, because, well, I'm making this up as I go along, right? There's been no preparation. This is live, okay? We're gonna crack on, and what we're going to do today is we're going to change the pickups and all the wiring. Well, and hopefully everything else. We'll see how we get on. No idea how long it's going to take. I have no idea what parts I'm going to use. You're going to come back there with me in a minute, and we're gonna rifle around in my drawers and we're going to find the parts. So. Yeah, that's the long, lengthy, rambling intro out of the way. It's going to take a while, this film, so you know the score. Timestamps are in the description box, so you can skip forward to something in the future, even to see if I finish it today, if you want. But I urge you not to do that. You need to chill out. You need to go and put the kettle on, make yourself a nice cup of tea or get an alternative beverage, depending what you fancy. Get some nibbles, because this is going to take a while. I reckon. I'm guessing another 45 minutes a day. I don't know. We need to get on with it and find out. So yeah, chill out. This is another Guitaristas upgrade film. Let's get stuck in. What I'm going to do to start with, I don't need the neck today, so I'm going to get rid of that. Hopefully we'll need that later on in this film where we reconnect it to the body. But first of all, we've got to change all of this. Pickups and wiring. That's the main thing. What I'm going to do, as I say, I don't actually know what I'm going to use yet. We'll go back there in a second, but first let's take it apart. I need to spoon my knobs off first. Hang on. So yeah, my own technique for de-knobbing a guitar is to spoon them off. And what you need is you need a credit card or something just to protect the finish. Oh look, it's just so easy. Oh, there's a bit of dinner on the spoon still. Just ignore that. Yeah, spin them round. Come on. Well, it's come. Oh, this is. I forgot. It's bloody coal split. I've completely forgot. Oh, hang on. See, already I made a huge error because these are screw-on knobs. I need a screwdriver then. Okay, here we go. What a twat. This is what happens when you don't really pay attention. Okay, forget that. Forget that. Oh, these are solid shafts. Yeah. Make your own jokes up, come on. I have to be careful. I do say some stupid things sometimes. Go on, what are we, 5 minutes in? Come on. Get your knobs off. Right, there you go. Oh, okay. Oh. So, okay. Well, I'm getting rid of this anyway. I'm trashing all this stuff. So we don't care, do we? What we'll do is we'll loosen the nuts with my old cycle box spanner. I have no idea where that came from. It's quite handy though. Right, they're all loosened. Scratch plate off. Now, we can take. Oh, they're not going to fall off anyway because these are these lock tone lock things from Epiphone. Might as well just leave them as they are, really. Oh yeah. It's all got to come out. This is the thing that I'm scared of, really, the switch. I've got to change it. I've got to get rid of the gold. It'd be easy to just go, oh, I'll leave that. I'm not gonna. I do need, hang on. We've got these handy bench cookie things just to stop damage, I suppose. Yeah. It's not going to stop damage, is it? Stop breaking the switch. That's all I was trying to do. There you go. No need to bend it, is there? Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. See, what would be ideal? I don't know yet, but what would be ideal is if I've got a switch like that and I can leave the wiring running through the middle. But I'm going to have to work out what the wiring is and where it goes, aren't I? Look at that, a little, can you see that? Little mini pots there and push pulls. I'm going to trash all this, so let's get these nuts off. Right, so there's the earth. rat's nest. I'm going to need to get a socket for this. I might have one. I've got this dead handy little toolkit that it was actually all right. It was what do you call them? I've forgotten what they're called. Hang on, let me think about it. Advent calendar. It was an advent calendar. My missus bought me fantastic advent calendar over December last year. So it's like a big thing in a box, and every day you get a screwdriver bit or a you know, and then you gradually build it up. It's great fun. Best Christmas present I had, I think, and it's bloody useful. It's not very often you can say that, is it, about a Christmas present? There you go, 12mm. Look, perfect, perfect. That's what we're dealing with. A little. See, I had no idea how the size of these parts, whether I'll have parts that will fit and stuff. Let's get that out of the way. Now. Now what? Now, crikey. What I need to do is work out. Let's go and get something that I think might work. Let's get my camera. Let's go and yeah. Come join me. So if you saw this last week, you'll know that this is all my stuff. This is all the stuff I'm talking about. Look, I've got loads of parts. So as far as pots go, we'll get to the pickups after we've done this. But look, you see, I've got drawers full of the stuff. More. And I've got that, which is a whole thing that I bought, but that's just out of a custom shop Gibson. I think I'm gonna put that in one of my Les Pauls. What I was thinking of using for this project is this. Now, this come out of an Epiphone. It was the I think this came out of the 335, the first 335 mega rewiring upgrade project, and it just came out like that, and there was nothing wrong with it. So let's go and put this on the bench and see if it might work. Aha. Right. I suppose first and foremost, I need to see. Okay, there'll be reaming involved. We do like a bit of reaming, don't we? And are they long enough? That's switch. Are they long enough is the question. Yeah. They'll be long enough. The jack will be long enough. Actually, I can use that jack. Nothing wrong with that. It's not gold, is it? So jack could remain the same, which is handy. Because what I'd also like to do, I'm thinking, just change the switch, leave the wiring intact. Bob's your uncle. So really, all I've got to do is disconnect that there. Leave the wires. I've got to disconnect the wires from the pickups and from the... And I've got to... Easy. I think it'll work. I'm going to start snipping some wires. I'll be careful so we can use the pickups again if we need to. So these are the pickups. 100%. Here we go. Number one. Number two. Time for soldering iron. Right, I'm back. In fact, I've been back a little while. I won't lie to you. I've just done a load more work, dewiring, and I forgot to record. I hadn't, when I got back, I plugged my soldering iron in, but I completely forgot to turn on all the recording devices, which there are many. Let's just check. Oh yeah, I'm recording. There's a lot to remember on your own. So let me just recap. I've removed the original wiring completely. All I did is, you have to believe me, it all went brilliantly as well. I desoldered the switch connections to these pots, and I disconnected the earth. That's actually all I've done, and I've pulled this out. This is the old wiring. I've left the original switch in place. There you go. And I'm left with, and obviously I desoldered the switch that was originally connected to the Epiphone bits. There you go. That's that. So I don't need that because I'm going to use the original. So that can go there. Now what I've got to do is put some new pickups in. I've got to ream the holes because they're not going to be big enough. And what I think we'll do is we'll do that first. Let's get my reamer. A reaming we will go. The masking tape down to try and avoid cracking the pane. You wouldn't want to crack the finish, would you? Really ought to put a bit of plenty down to catch the mess. But you're all holding your breath, aren't you? A little bit more. It's had a lot of use this. I think it's getting a bit blunt now, actually, to be honest with you. Okay. See if I've managed to do any damage. There's a little, oh no it's not. It's all right. Thought there was a chip out of that then. There you go. And tidy as you go. So, it should be I think I'll actually install it once I've wired the pickups in. So let's go and find some pickups, shall we? Put that back in there for a second. Yeah. Let's grab my funny little camera. Let's go and find some pickups. This is one of my pickup drawers, and there's some more in this box here, down there. So now in here, we've got a couple of Seymour Duncan JBs. This is an SH4, and this is, I know for a fact it's an SH4. The reason I've got all these SH4s is because they were at one point a preferred pickup, and I used to muck around putting them in my SGs. Oh, here's an example. Now this, I think it's this one there. This here isn't a JB. It's got no marking on the back. As you can see, it's just an embossed Gibson USA pickup. But helpfully, I wrote SG Special Yellow Bridge when I replaced that. It was an old SG, a yellow SG Special. Well, it was an SG Special, not the P90 one though. It was, you know, at some point they called SGs with humbuckers specials as well. So that, I think this is a 490 maybe, or something like that. Let's take that one. And in here, see, I've earmarked this one, Burstbucker 1. Oh look, it's a zebra. I think that'll be lovely in the neck. So let's take that. And here we've got more JBs. Oh, that's a neck one. The SH2N. So that's a contender. Here we've got another Seymour Duncan Zebra JB SH4. So that's the bridge one, isn't it? Let's take that. That's a contender. We've also got those Montes. Remember those Montes PAFs? I still haven't found a good home for these. This isn't going to be it. There's a couple of, what are they, Gretsch pickups or something. There's a wide range humbucker that I've bought and still not put in my Starcaster. There you go. So look, we've got a little option here. Where is it? Oh no, that's my crock. Let's take these. And, oh, I'll tell you what else I need. Possibly this. Pickup mounting rings. I've got some screws as well, see, because the original's gold. Don't know if I've got any screws, whereas these, I've got the original screws that came with them, which will probably do the job. Have a look. Think so. Do they line up? Yeah. Yeah. Do they? Yeah. Okay. So we've got those. Now, SH4. So that's a bridge, JB. Burstbucker. Neck JB. So I could go with a JB set, which is obviously meant to be really good. I don't know what way round these go, by the way. That'd be that way, wouldn't it? I've often wondered why if I'm right and it's that way round, why the wire comes out at the top when it should be a lot easier if it came out at the bottom, wouldn't it? Anyway, I think that's right. I'm going to go and do some research before I wire that. And then that'd be right there, wouldn't it? So it's either that or I'm thinking this. Because we don't really know what it is. Oh, and also it's actually old proper wiring. I think it's probably a 490. Yeah. That's the way we'll go. Let's get rid of these. Oh, it's now the boring bit. I've got to fit them in the pickup rings and stuff, haven't I? I'll speed this up. It's worth mentioning that the screws into the legs, the bolts into the legs of the pickup rings are a different size to the inputs as well. These are USA pickups, so, and they're not all the same. These won't fit those or vice versa, which can cause unforeseen issues if you don't have a little collection of stuff like me. Right. Let's get on with it. So I use a little crocodile clip to hold the screw in place. It's going to go that way, isn't it? It's going to go that way. Saves it flying across the room. So that'll go that way, wouldn't it? With the screw heads that way. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure. And then that goes that way. That goes that way. There you go. Let's take some pickup readings before we actually go any further and just see what these are all about, shall we? A sec. Right, so the burst buckle 1, let's see what that is. I think the burst buckle 1's the brightest of the burst buckles, if I'm not mistaken. It's 7.63K, 4.29 Henrys. So it's kind of a PAF-like reading, isn't it? Now, let's see what this one, I think it's a 490R. Yeah, it'll be a 490R in the bridge, won't it? Inductance, 4.71. Okay, 8. Okay. So that's quite a sort of a PAF-like 8's like the average reading, 8K for PAFs, isn't it? So that's good. I was a bit worried that was going to be like 12 or 14. In fact, actually, let me show you. I'll get one of those Seymour Duncan JBs. Had we chosen this one, which is a SH4, it would read 16.4. Fuck my old boots. Inductance of that, 7.8. Wow. So Yeah, that's rock. That's rock, that is. These are more, me really, aren't they? More kind of blues. There you go. I hope all this whole shit's interesting. You can skip forward if it's not, you know that. Right, let's position these puppies in the machine. Oh, I have fucking cables will reach. Just. Yeah. Could be a plan B. Do you see what just happened? As I turned it over, the pickup fell out and pulled the wire out again. Okay, so learning from that mistake, what we'll do now is we'll pop a screw in it. Is all the same length? I think so. Ta-da! Next, so that'll go straight to there. Let's get some tape. There. Earth. Out the way there. Bit of excess wire here. Cut that off, of course. I quite like the look of that because it's a little bit, well, it's old. I can't remember the year of the guitar that it came out of, but it was the 90s, I think. Not really nice. I wish I'd kept it actually, but you know, can't keep them all, can you? Catch and release. That's my thing, I think, isn't it? Really. Somebody else is enjoying that. I think that was maybe one of the guitars that went in a trade when something more interesting came along, like vintage or something. Those were the things, because they had value, they were quite often the things that I would go, or I paid probably 700 quid for it or something, so, and I probably got that back in value for. I bought a few nice vintage guitars on those trade deals. There you go. Oh, it's looking good. Looking good. Hang on. Let's give it a bit of a dust off. Yeah, I'm digging the look at that. Now all we've got to do is see if we can get it to work. Right. Okay. I could leave that long actually. Might as well just leave that long. Right. Now I've got to think. Still recording, fortunately. No idea what this film's going to come out like. What I wanted to do is just get a little jig. That's what it's called, isn't it? A jig to put these on while I wire. I thought it might make it easier to put that in there for a minute. These wires are not very long though. So I've made me jig too big. Let's do another hole. Right, here we go. For a minute I was thinking they're not long enough, are they? Here they are. So far, so good. I think you'll be able to see this. Just going to masterfully connect the pickup. I don't think I've done anything stupid yet. Famous last words, isn't it? Can stay there for a minute. Okay. Phase 2. That's right. This is the only one I'm unsure about. This. The pickups weren't originally connected here. I think I've done that right. I'm gonna, for now, okay, I think that's done. Still got the original switch, and I'm gonna leave that as it is for a minute. And I'm actually gonna give it a little test and see if I've got anything that sounds like it might be working. Oh, I'm actually quite nervous. I'm actually very nervous. This is a big deal. You ready? That's definitely not right. Okay. Okay. I've done something completely wrong. Okay, back to the drawing board. Let's hold the roll and work out what we're going to do next. I think what I've done, I'm pretty sure what I've done is I've just soldered the hot from the pickups into the wrong place. And I'm sure if that is true, a lot of you were shouting at the screen while I was doing it. Let's give it a go. Change it. Right, I've swapped 2 wires, and if this hasn't worked, we're in for the long haul. Yeah. There's no other way. There's no other way of saying it. Right. Should. Oh, fuck. That hasn't made any difference at all. I don't know what that DH. That's bizarre. That I don't know how to tell you this. It hasn't worked anyway. It doesn't work. One seems to be working. The other one doesn't. Okay, to start with, I had that button pressed in by accident, and I don't know what that is, but it was pressed in, and now what's it doing? It's probably a hold or something like that. I had that in. So anyway, I swapped the wires because I'm quite embarrassed. Look, one of the pickups is working. That one isn't. Which one is working? Okay. That one, which could be the bridge, could be the neck. And oh, now that one's working. Oh, okay. Okay, I must be shorting the wires with my fingers or something. They're both working. Looking good. Oh, thank God for that. There's a short somewhere though, maybe. It's probably this, isn't it? And currently in the down position. In the up position, it's that, which would be the bridge, wouldn't it? This one. Let's plug it in and just hear that. Hear which one's which. We're getting there. That I had that pressed in, and that was giving me a false reading. So I thought it's not working. I looked and I realised that I had actually wired the pickup hots up to the wrong tab anyway. So I've changed those. Fortunately, realised it's almost working. The pickup tap test. Find out what the fuck's going on here. Right, so in the up position is the bridge. Down position's the neck. Middle, both. Bit of a buzz. We won't worry about that. We're making progress. Next. I'm back. I've had a bit of lunch, and I'm raring to go. It's the last leg. I must just say at this point that these kind of films, these upgrades, they take fucking ages to film. All of this will be edited down to, you'll probably see about 45 minutes, but I've probably been filming off and on for about 3 hours already this morning. I'm creating a lot of data. Now, Next step, I'm going to just change the switch. I'm going to de-bling the switch. Here you go. That's the original. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put that on, and it should be pretty straightforward. It should be just literally rewire it like for like. So if I pay attention, it should be pretty straightforward. And what I'm going to do, because I'm pretty sure I've got the pickups around the wrong way, I'm gonna just swap those wires. There. See, I'm complicating things already, aren't I? So let's get cracking. Let's de-wire the original first. That's what we'll do. Your soldering iron nice and hot. Here we go. Put a bit of solder on there. A little bit of insulating tape is required because I've just burnt through that wire a little bit. Oh well, fingers crossed. Yeah, it could have gone really easily. I'm not going to swear like that. Could have been a fucker like that. It was a fucker, that. Of course, there are tools for this, but I haven't got them. So I was trying to do the balancing switch thing, which is pretty tricky. Anyway, let's see if it goes in the hole. I know it does because I've tried it already. There you go. Now, hopefully it works, and hopefully I've wired it the right way around. Let's find out. Jeez. This really has been trouble, isn't it, this project? And the reason I don't do more films like this is because they take forever. Just to, I mean, most of the footage, it doesn't obviously get used. Right. Soldering iron off first. Now, am I confident? Let's get the meter and test it. not looking good. What the fuck now? Yeah, for fuck's sake. What? I'm getting annoyed now. What the fuck have I done? There's nothing different. There's nothing different. Just the same as it was. Earthed, all earthed. Unless that's shorting out on. Yeah. Don't make sense. Don't make sense. Oh, hello. Now what? All right, we've got a reading now. So it was a short or something. It was a short or something. Where was it? Poke that back in the hole. See if it carries on working. I might have just not had disconnected properly. I mean, stranger things have happened, haven't they, to me? Well, something happens there when I press that. I've got them round the right way now. Still working. Okay. Oh, fuck. Right. I could cut all that out and pretend it worked straight away, couldn't I? But I don't think I will. Okay, it's working. Honestly, I thought we were in it for the long haul then. I thought it was... Anyway, yeah. Fucking hell, can you see how relieved I am? Sorry about the swearing again. It works. Right. I've finished soldering. It works. It's all straightforward from here, isn't it? So let's hold the roll again. Let's tidy up, clear the decks, and then we'll go and find the rest of the bits we need and put it back together. And put some strings on it and hear it. So I'll see you in a minute. And I'm sure you've realised by now that didn't happen. I had all sorts of problems behind the scenes as well. Hard drives being full. I ran out of hard disk space. I created so much data. I ran out of hard disk space. So I spent hours on Wednesday juggling, trying to copy files across to other drives, and then so by the time I'd edited that, what you just watched, of course I realised it's like 50 minutes long already anyway. So even if I'd had time to do the next bit, it would have been, well, it would have been pushing it, wouldn't it, to put out an hour and a half film this week. So it's going to be a three-parter, this. It's going to be a three-parter. Next week, we'll be back. It's going to be easy next week, isn't it? It's just screwing and bolting on and playing, which I'm really looking forward to doing. So hopefully you'll be back to join us for that. Thanks if you're still here. Well done. Thanks for watching. All of the music in this week's obviously wasn't this. You guessed that, didn't you, from the very beginning? All of those pieces of music are obviously things I've filmed in the past, and they're all isolated jams on the TV channel. You know, the Guitaristas TV channel. They're all from the Still My Licks section. So if you enjoyed that and you want to listen to more, sign up to the TV channel, and that helps support this. You know that. Keep it all sponsorship free. All of this stuff is, well, I'd say it's paid for, but it's all free, isn't it? Out the man drawer. So yeah, that's it for this week. Thank heavens. Come back. Same time next week, same place, and let's finish this bugger. Yeah. I'll see you then, I hope. All right, cheers for now. Ta-da.